Good morning, everyone. Well, we're still dealing with freezing rain and sleet in parts of Iowa early this morning, but we're beginning to see a transition to snow. And the transition to snow is going to continue throughout today and tonight, but for some, it's going to take quite some time before the snow starts to fall. Let's walk you through the next 36 hours starting 8 a.m. this morning. And where there's still freezing rain and sleet coming down, that's indicated by those shades of pink and purple. But notice the blue showing up in the most northwestern part of the state where we're seeing our coldest temperatures. So making the transition to snow in the Sioux City area and saying goodbye to the freezing rain and sleet. Notice that for many, temperatures upper 30s, low 40s, maybe even upper 40s at 8 a.m. So we're just talking about rain. So let's keep an eye on that zone of pink and purple on the map because I think we're only going to be dealing with freezing rain and sleet during the morning hours. And it looks like the sweet spot for additional freezing rain and sleet accumulation, probably going to be around the Fort Dodge, Mason City area. And I already think we're past the peak of the activity because our temperatures are starting to climb, but I do think we'll see some additional freezing rain and sleet, but probably coming to an end by noon, I think. Notice 11 a.m., it's pretty much just green and blue mostly, except maybe still around the Mason City area at this point. So I think even Mason City, a chance for any more freezing rain and sleet will come to an end by noon. And then we're just going to be watching the transition from rain to snow. So notice how there's a dry slot over much of the state at 11 a.m., but we got a pretty good shot of seeing rain in and around the Quad Cities and still in the light snow area in Sioux City. So now let's take a look at early afternoon. This is 2 o'clock, and we're right on that rain-snow line, it looks like, in Des Moines. But it looks like it'll be snow for Fort Dodge, Denison, Sioux City. But still, notice how more activity in the western half of the state versus the eastern half of the state. Now kind of looking pretty dry as we get into the early mid-afternoon for the eastern part of the state. But boy, look at the difference in temperatures at this point. So warm front lifting over the eastern part of the state, but a cold front starting to push in to the western part of the state. So yes, we're looking at about a 30-degree difference from east to west today. Look at that, 27 in Sioux City. But 2 o'clock this afternoon, remarkably warm in the Quad Cities, 55 degrees. Also going to be more wind to the west than to the east. We'll call it breezy in the western part of the state with gusts around 25 miles per hour, but in the eastern part of the state, just a light breeze, gusts around 15 miles per hour. Let's talk about homebound commute, and it looks like a rain-snow mix for Mason City, Waterloo, Fort Dodge, but all snow. We got those temperatures 20s, low 30s in the western part of the state. Just some isolated showers for the southeastern part of the state. Better active chance for encountering rain and snow definitely in the northwestern part of the state. 8 o'clock, notice how we're seeing snow show up in more locations now. Des Moines, it looks like we'll be solidly in the snow as temperatures drop into the mid-30s, but while our temperatures are still in the upper 30s, low 40s, more likely to be rain or a rain-snow mix. So now let's jump through the rest of the night and talk about the morning commute for tomorrow. And by 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, notice the warmest temperatures now in the low 30s. So at this point, we are talking about all snow, no more of that rain-snow mix. And at this point, it's mostly going to be just light to moderate snow showers. I don't think we'll be dealing with much in the way of heavy snow. There might be a couple pockets out there, but this is definitely going to be mostly light to moderate snow shower activity. But definitely got to mention the chance for snow for many of us, and notice the best chance probably in the northeastern part of the state for the morning commute. All right, so late morning, yeah, light to moderate snow showers in many locations. It looks like the driest part of the state is going to be the southwestern part of the state for tomorrow. But we're definitely just talking about snow for tomorrow because look at temperatures tomorrow. Though still colder in the west and even colder than today, everybody colder than today, there's a dramatic difference in the eastern part of the state. So we're ranging tomorrow afternoon temperatures in the low 20s to the north and west to no warmer than the mid 30s in the eastern part of the state. Still going to be windier to the west as well. We're looking at gusts around 30 miles per hour in the western part of the state tomorrow. So significant wind chill factor. You're probably taking about 10 degrees off temperatures in the western part of the state, and that's what it's going to be feeling like. But even the eastern part of the state, breezy, gusts around 20 miles per hour, making you feel extra chilly. Early evening hours, notice how there's still lingering light to moderate snow showers, especially across the northern half of the state. And I don't think it's probably going to be until Thursday morning that we'll see the last of the activity exit the northeastern part of the state. So how much more freezing rain do we have to go? This is looking through Wednesday for both our freezing rain and snow totals. But for freezing rain, notice that for most we're already done. But do have to mention the chance for a few hundredths of an inch, particularly around Fort Dodge and Mason City. But as far as additional ice accumulation, we're definitely past the peak, and it's only for the rest of this morning that we're going to see any additional freezing rain before we just make the transition over to snow. So how much snow are we talking about by the end of the day Wednesday? We won't talk about Wednesday night or Thursday morning just yet, but looking by the end of the day, about 7 o'clock Wednesday evening, how much snow will we have on the ground? We'll notice that for a lot, we're talking about tenth of an inch, quarter of an inch, half an inch. That's definitely going to be the majority, even around the Mason City area, probably inch and a half. But notice to the north and west how snow totals are really going to be going up. In and around the Sioux City area, looking more like 3 inches. But then check out just up the road in Sioux Falls, almost a foot of snow.